Welcome back to the channel BBC Rare Coins. Today, we're diving into the fascinating world of U.S. coinage and spotlighting one of the most iconic coins in your pocket, the Jefferson Nickel. Let's start it. Top 1. Would you believe a 5-cent coin could be worth $66,000? That's right. A 1979 Jefferson Nickel, something most people would overlook, has turned heads in the coin collecting world, and for good reason. In 1979, the Jefferson Nickel was just another everyday coin. Minted in huge numbers, it was never meant to be rare, but one coin, one special piece, broke all the rules. This isn't your average pocket change. This is a unicorn in the world of numismatics. What makes this nickel so special? It's not just the date. It's a combination of incredible condition, minting anomaly, and sheer luck. The $66,000 Jefferson Nickel came from the Philadelphia Mint, with a full step strike, sharp, defined steps on Monticello, a detail that's incredibly rare for this year. Most 1979 nickels show weak or worn details due to aging dies and high production. But this one? It's in pristine condition, what collectors call full steps. That means 5, sometimes 6 full and uninterrupted steps visible under magnification. When this coin hit the auction block, bidders knew what they were looking at. A 1979 Jefferson Nickel in mint state with full steps, perfect surfaces, and absolutely no post-mint damage. The final hammer price? A jaw-dropping $66,000. This wasn't a fluke. It was graded by PCGS, one of the most respected grading services, at an ultra-high mint state 67 with full steps designation. That grade is almost impossible for this date. It's coins like this that remind us treasure can be hiding in plain sight. That change jar? That old drawer? Your childhood piggy bank? They might just hold one of the rarest nickels in history. So next time you get change back, don't be too quick to spend it. Look closely. You never know. Your next nickel could be worth tens of thousands. 1979 Jefferson Nickel, $66,000. Check your change. Treasure might be closer than you think. Top 2. Can a simple 5-cent coin from 1983 really be worth $62,000? It sounds unbelievable, but it's 100% true. A Jefferson Nickel, something millions of people handled in their everyday lives, has become one of the rarest and most valuable nickels ever discovered. The 1983 Jefferson Nickel was never supposed to be special. It was minted in large quantities by the U.S. Mint and circulated heavily throughout the country. But in the world of coin collecting, rarity isn't just about how many were made. It's about how many survived in pristine, flawless condition. And that's exactly what makes the 1983 nickel so extraordinary. Out of the millions struck, nearly all suffered from weak strikes, poor detail, and heavy wear during circulation. But then, a discovery shocked collectors. A single 1983 Jefferson Nickel surfaced in mint state 67 with full steps, the highest quality designation you can find for this year. That means the steps of Monticello on the reverse are fully visible, uninterrupted, and sharply defined, something almost never seen from that year. The grading community was stunned. PCGS, one of the most trusted and strict grading services in the world, certified the coin. It wasn't just a high grade, it was a unicorn-level coin, with perfect detail, original luster, and untouched surfaces that make even long-time collectors pause. This wasn't just another Jefferson Nickel. It was the best-known example for the entire year, and when it hit the auction block, the bids went wild. Collectors from all over the country competed for the rare chance to own a piece of numismatic history. The final price? An incredible $62,000. This coin became an instant legend, not just because of its condition, but because of how rare it is to find a 1983 nickel that even comes close. Most from that year have flat, worn-down steps and dull surfaces. But this one? It looked like it came straight off the press and was preserved in time. What makes this story even crazier is that this coin could have been in someone's pocket. It could have sat in a coin jar, a glove box, or a desk drawer. Someone might have used it to buy coffee, without knowing they just spent a coin worth more than a brand new car. That's the magic of coin collecting. Sometimes, the most valuable treasures are hiding in plain sight. And it's not always the oldest or the shiniest coin. It's the one that stands alone in quality, rarity, and preservation. If you ever come across a 1983 Jefferson Nickel, take a close look. Check the steps. Examine the shine. Because if you're lucky enough to find one in top condition, you might be holding the next 5-cent coin worth $62,000.1983 Jefferson Nickel, $62,000. Look in your change. You might be richer than you think. Top 3. Can a simple 5-cent coin from 1985 really be worth $58,000? It sounds unbelievable, like something out of a collector's dream. But it's true. One of the most unexpected and valuable Jefferson Nickels ever discovered was minted in 1985. A coin that millions of people overlooked, passed through vending machines, and tossed into change jars, ended up becoming one of the rarest and most expensive nickels in U.S. history. The Jefferson Nickel has been around since 1938. But not every year produced something truly special. 1985 seemed like one of those ordinary years. The U.S. Mint struck hundreds of millions of nickels that year, nothing flashy, no special mint marks, no silver content, no low mintage numbers. Just a standard coin meant for everyday use. But hidden among those countless nickels was one coin that broke every rule. This wasn't just another nickel. It was the perfect storm of condition, strike, and preservation, the kind of coin that almost never survives the chaos of circulation. What set it apart? Two powerful words in the world of numismatics. Full steps. On the reverse of the Jefferson Nickel is Monticello, Thomas Jefferson's historic Virginia home. At the base of that building are a series of steps. On most nickels, those steps are partially visible, faded, or completely worn due to weak strikes or die fatigue. But the rarest nickels? They show all 5, and sometimes 6, full, uninterrupted steps, clean, crisp, and complete. That's the gold standard for Jefferson nickel collectors. And in 1985, that was almost impossible to find. The coin in question was submitted to PCGS, one of the most respected grading services in the world. When it came back, the results were shocking. MS 67 full steps. A nearly flawless coin. Sharp strike, full luster, perfectly preserved surfaces. It was, without question, the finest known example of the 1985 Jefferson Nickel in existence. Collectors knew immediately this was a one-of-a-kind piece. When it hit the auction block, all eyes were on it. The bidding was fast, fierce, and filled with serious collectors who understood exactly what this coin represented. This wasn't just about the date. It was about rarity at the highest level. There were no others graded this high with full steps. This wasn't 1 in 100, it was 1 of 1. By the time the final bid was placed, the 1985 Jefferson Nickel had sold for a staggering $58,000. Yes, you heard that right. A coin that cost the government less than 5 cents to make, a coin that could have easily been lost, spent, or damaged over the years, ended up being one of the most expensive 5-cent pieces in U.S. history. Why did this coin go viral? Because it shattered expectations. Nobody was looking at 1,985 nickels thinking they'd find gold. But someone out there paid attention. They looked closely. They recognized quality. And it paid off. This story is a wake-up call to anyone who thinks there's nothing valuable in modern change. While older coins from the 1800s and early 1900s tend to get all the attention, some of the most surprising discoveries are right there in your pocket. It's about condition. It's about details. And it's about being in the right place at the right time. There could be others like this 1985 nickel still out there, in old rolls, in collections that were never checked, in boxes of coins that haven't seen daylight in decades. But finding another in this condition? It's like winning the lottery. Even 1 or 2 grades lower, or with a single blemish, and the value drops dramatically. That's how delicate and precise the coin market can be. So what's the takeaway? Always check your change. Don't overlook nickels. Especially Jefferson Nickels from the 1980s, because hidden among the common coins are rare gems. Look for full steps. Look for shine. Look for clean fields and strong details. Because you just might be holding the next record-breaking nickel in your hand. A 5-cent coin that changed everything. 1985 Jefferson Nickel, sold $4.58,000, a tiny coin with a massive legacy. Top 4. Can you imagine a 5-cent coin selling for $55,000? It sounds unbelievable, but one of the most valuable and rare coins in U.S. history is none other than a 1991 Jefferson Nickel. This coin, overlooked by millions every day, has captured the attention of collectors around the world for its incredible rarity and near-perfect condition. The 1991 Jefferson Nickel was produced in huge quantities at the Philadelphia and Denver mints. It was an ordinary coin meant for everyday transactions, nothing special at first glance. But within that massive production run lies a hidden gem, a coin so rare and so perfectly preserved that it shattered expectations and became one of the most sought-after nickels by collectors. What sets this particular 1991 nickel apart? The secret lies in what collectors call full steps. On the reverse side of the coin, you'll find Monticello, Thomas Jefferson's historic home. At the base of Monticello are tiny steps that are usually worn down, faint, or incomplete on most nickels due to the minting process and years of circulation. However, the rarest nickels boast fully struck, sharp, and uninterrupted steps, and that's exactly what makes this 1991 nickel so extraordinary. Most coins from that year have weak or barely visible steps, but this one shows every step clearly, as if it just came off the minting press yesterday. This incredible level of detail is nearly impossible to find on 1991 nickels, making this specimen truly unique. The coin was professionally graded by PCGS, one of the most trusted grading companies in the world. It came back with a grade of mint state 67 full steps, an ultra-high rating that confirms the coin's exceptional quality and rarity. This grading solidified its status as the finest known 1991 Jefferson nickel ever certified. When this coin went up for auction, collectors recognized its true value immediately. Bidding was fierce and fast, with serious collectors eager to add this rare treasure to their collections. The final price? An astonishing $55,000, a mind-blowing sum for a coin worth just 5 cents in face value. What makes this story even more fascinating is that it's not just about the price tag. It's about the thrill of discovery and the reminder that true treasure can be hiding in the most ordinary places. Imagine having this coin sitting quietly in a jar, a drawer, or a collection for years without anyone realizing its worth. It's a testament to the magic of coin collecting and the power of patience, knowledge, and keen observation. This coin is more than just currency, it's a piece of history, a work of art, and a symbol of rarity that has captured the imagination of collectors everywhere. It's a reminder that sometimes, the most valuable treasures come in the smallest packages, like a 5-cent nickel minted in 1991.so. Next time you get change back, take a moment to look closely. Examine the steps on the Monticello nickel carefully. You never know, the next rare coin worth tens of thousands of dollars might be right in your pocket. 1991 Jefferson Nickel, $55,000, a tiny coin with a massive story. Top 5. Imagine holding a 5-cent coin that could be worth over $51,000. It sounds like a dream, but for one very special 1994 Jefferson Nickel, that dream became reality. While most people see nickels as simple pocket change, this rare coin has captured the attention of collectors worldwide for its incredible rarity, perfect condition, and unique place in U.S. numismatic history. The 1994 Jefferson Nickel was minted in the millions at both the Philadelphia and Denver mints. It was intended for everyday use, circulating widely across the country. Nothing about this coin's face value suggested it would ever be considered valuable. After all, it was just 5 cents. Yet, in the world of coin collecting, true value isn't about face value, but about rarity and condition. What makes the 1994 Jefferson Nickel so special? The answer lies in a detail that many casual observers miss: the full steps on the reverse side of the coin. On the back, you'll find an image of Monticello, Thomas Jefferson's iconic home, complete with tiny steps at its base. On most nickels, these steps are faint, incomplete, or worn down due to the minting process and years of circulation. But the rarest and most valuable nickels show fully struck, sharp, and uninterrupted steps, a feature that is extremely difficult to find, especially on coins from the mid-1990s. This particular 1994 nickel was discovered in an extraordinary state of preservation. It showed every step in perfect detail, as crisp and clear as the day it was minted. Collectors call this the full steps designation, and it instantly marks the coin as a rare gem. When this coin was submitted to PCGS, one of the most respected grading authorities in the coin collecting world, it received an exceptional grade. Mint state 67 full steps. This grade confirmed the coin's flawless condition and exceptional strike quality, placing it among the finest examples ever seen from 1994. The coin's rarity and condition made it a star at auction. Collectors from across the country competed fiercely to own this piece of numismatic history. The final winning bid was an astonishing $51,000, proving that even coins with the smallest face value can command incredible prices when they meet the right conditions. What's truly fascinating about this story is that it challenges our perception of everyday coins. The 1994 Jefferson Nickel wasn't special because it was old or made of precious metals. It was special because it survived the odds. Most coins from that year show wear, weak strikes, or damage, but this nickel was preserved perfectly, untouched by time or circulation. This coin is a reminder that treasures can be hidden in plain sight. Your next roll of nickels, that jar of loose change, or even a forgotten coin collection could hold a similar story, a coin waiting to be discovered. A coin that could change a collector's life overnight. So next time you receive a 1994 Jefferson nickel, take a moment to examine the steps on Monticello closely. Look for sharp, clear, and uninterrupted details. Because that small coin in your hand might just be worth more than you ever imagined, possibly $51,000, or even more. 1994 Jefferson nickel, a tiny coin with a giant legacy.